Considering it's one of the original crossovers, it should come as no surprise that the Nissan Qasqai is as successful as it is. And recently, the 1 millionth Qasqai rolled off the UK production line. The range is fairly comprehensive. It includes a 7-seater. They've even got a model with 18-inch wheels and a DVD player as standard. And now there's a Qasqai with a small diesel engine. This is the Qasqai 1.5 dCi, and I'd call it entry-level, but it still costs 277,000 Rand, which means you could save yourself 30 grand by opting for the 1.6 petrol. The false economy that is diesel requires you to pay a premium up front, which allows you to imagine that you're actually paying less by virtue of the fact that you fill up less often. That minor point of conjecture aside, this is what this car is about. It's a brand new 1.5-litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel with 78 kilowatts and 240 newton meters. Now, its 0 to 100 time is so unimpressive that Nissan failed to publish it as part of their spec sheet, but what's more important than that is its claimed fuel consumption figure, which is just 5.1 litres per 100 kilometers, while spewing out 135 grams of CO2. It's pretty easy to see that Nissan's claim is quite plausible. Our driving time was spent almost exclusively in traffic, and we saw a figure that varied between 7.5 and 8.5 litres per 100. Mix that with some open road and a bit of a concerted effort around town, and 5.1 litres seems within reach. It's just not the most refined thing in the world. Diesel engines, by and large, are getting quieter, but this thing still has a very old-school soundtrack. But while it sounds like it belongs on the farm, it feels like it belongs in the city. It makes good use of the power that it's got, and it's got a very nice 6-speed manual gearbox. Nissan aren't offering this model with their CVT gearbox, which, although it's a CVT, is one of the best that we've driven. The manual box has a good set of cogs that makes sure the power is available, although that power doesn't usually last past the 4,000 RPM mark. The thing about the Qasqai, and this includes the ponderous Plus too, is that while it looks like a hatchback that's had a growth spurt, it feels like a regular car. The steering is good, the ride is planted, and they're actually very enjoyable cars to drive. As far as a recipe goes for a crossover, this is one of the most successful. It's a solid bit of driving that Nissan have engineered with this car. No matter the engine or gearbox combination, and we've driven a few on RPM, the Qasqai always seems to deliver a bit of fun, and that's despite the interior. Which is, by and large, fairly unexciting. The spec of this 1.5 diesel makes do with manual aircon, electric windows and mirrors, and Bluetooth with steering wheel controls. But its lack of colour and fairly uninteresting everything else is made up for by some really good seats, which are fantastic. Covered in good material, these things are bordering on buckets, and they are the best part of this interior. And people in the back also get their backsides accommodated by the nice design. The aim of any crossover is to combine car-like driving with bigger car-like room, and the Qasqai has got decent dimensions. Add space all round in the cabin to a decent-sized boot, and you've got the makings of a family road trip with fewer "are we there yet?" Just make sure you stick to the tar. Only the front wheels do the work in this car. The Qasqai started life as something that wasn't quite butch and it wasn't quite cute either. But since undergoing a facelift a while back, it's now edgier and more aggressive. I've always thought that pictures never do this car justice. But even if you see one in the metal and you don't like it, you have to admit that it is different looking. And if you don't like it, you could ask the 1 million Qasqai owners around the world what they see in it. Me, I like it. It has its own style. It's not the biggest attention grabber in the world, but it has very strong standout features, not least of which is the front-on view. Here's a useless fact. Each Qasqai uses 300 kilograms of steel. Times that by 1 million cars made, and you get the 300 million tons of steel, which is roughly the amount used for constructing Britain's 2012 Olympic facilities. What? I told you it was a useless fact. For a long time, the Qasqai has enjoyed a reputation as one of the best crossovers on the market. It offers a different look with a decent drive. This 1.5 diesel may do away with some of the spec and some power, but as a package, it's every bit as good as the others in the range. Despite its modest capacity, the Qasqai's turbo diesel engine is willing enough, helped along by an excellent manual gearbox. Fuel consumption is good too. The Qasqai's dynamic talents also live up to its crossover claims, while a decent kit list means good value. But the interior execution could be more imaginative.